Joe Gibbs, Bobby Bevan, Jack King Cook didn't bring Doug Williams to San Diego to show off a black quarterback. He came here to work hard and win the Super Bowl.
Play action fake. Williams going up top. Got Sanders on the fly at midfield. He's gone unless they can catch him. The 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
We coming back. We're going to do it.
Williams to pass, lobs it up. He's got Clark at the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Faked out everybody. He's got Sanders in the clear at the 10. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
You're watching history. This is history in the making.
Doug Williams is back. Lobs it into the end zone. He's got Didier. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Holy cow. It's 34 points in this quarter.
The most valuable player of Super Bowl XXII is quarterback Doug Williams of the Washington Redskins.
Well, no doubt Doug Williams is an iconic figure in NFL history. We were just talking about it, watching that video. Akbar, for you, that was the first Super Bowl you really remember. Yeah. If you, obviously you're dressed like Doug today. Yeah. He's inspired you. If you got to ask him just one question, you got to sit down with Doug, what would you ask him?
Oh, man. Just the magnitude of that. I mean, I remember that as a kid, drinking old school cactus coolers. I don't even think they make cactus coolers anymore. The old school chips, and we're just sitting there watching. It was such a big thing. I think I would have asked him, was that moment like, were you nervous in that moment, knowing the history, as far as black quarterbacks in the league? Like, did that make you nervous at all? That's what I would probably ask him.
Well, you have the chance to ask him that. They say imitation is the biggest form of flattery. We want to welcome in the man himself, my friend.
Yeah!
All right.
Good morning.
What do you think?
Well, first off, I've never met you in my life. This is pretty cool.
I like your costume, though.
Thank you. I try to do the big pads, too, just like you guys did. It's not the same. I've been throwing left-handed because I'm a lefty. I'm going to work on my righty. You know what I mean? But, gosh, man, what a game, man, that was. I still remember that as a kid. It's an honor to meet you. In that moment when you were there, I'm still, first off, starstruck. But in that moment that you were there, you had gone through so much adversity that year. How did you even know you were ready for that big-time moment, man?
Well, we was there. At the end of the day, I mean, that was the most important thing, is being there. And, Coach Gibbs had coached us to the point that it wasn't about the Super Bowl. It was about the football game that we had to play. And all we had to do was to get ready to do that.
So thrilled to have you on GMFB this morning, Doug. We got to take a look at the head-to-toe commitment that Akbar Bajbiamila has done with you. Have you seen people dress up as you before? And I do have a question. He's got a towel on from playing, and he's got the red tape 17. Did you have your number taped onto your towel? Is that what we were doing back in the day when you were playing?
He probably didn't see me play, but he probably know what I was dressed in. I did have a 17 there. And as far as his costume today, I didn't know I was a scary guy on Halloween. But now I learned that
your performance was scary. 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. I mean, you were lighting the Broncos up. That was scary.
Yeah, at that time we had such a great team. The offensive line, which we call the Hogs, and the defense played lights out. And, it was just one of those days that we dominated.
Well, we love seeing number 17. And, Doug, I imagine right now number 5 for the Washington Commanders makes you so excited and so proud. And, first of all, tell us what you think of Jayden, but the Hail Mary play, and most incredible play in years from that franchise, just tell us how you're feeling about it.
Well, first of all, let me say this about Jayden. Jayden, I mean, it's hard to like Jayden as far as what his football is all about. We saw that last year when he won the Heisman. But the most important thing about Jayden is the fact that he gets here early in the morning, he leaves late. The fact that he's a gym rat, he's about football. And that's the most important thing. He got guys around him that coach him, that's played the game, they understand the game. And to see what happened Sunday on that Hail Mary, the way I looked at it, I thought we deserved that Hail Mary because early in the game, early in the quarter, in the first and second quarter, we basically dominated that game and probably – if you look at it realistically, we probably should have scored more than what we scored. And it probably shouldn't have been close. But I think at the end of the day, if you watch Jayden on the sideline, he didn't get ruffled. He was the same guy when we started the game. He was the same guy when he ended it.
Doug, I apologize. I'm dressed like Jerry Glanville.
Yeah.
A coach who was trying to scheme up ways to stop you for nearly a decade. This is really cool for us to have you on the show. It's also really cool for us to have you on the show today because there's this new contributor category at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we're down to 9 semifinalists, and you are one of them. It's Bud Adams, Ralph Hay, Bucko Kilroy, Bob Kraft, Art Modell, Art Rooney Jr., Seymour Siwoff, John Wooten, and Doug Williams. The thought of Hall of Fame probably left your mind, years after you retired, but now you're in this finalist group, and on November 12th, you'll find out. What's it mean to even be in consideration for Canton, Ohio, and wearing one of those jackets?
Well, you know what? Just to be in the 9, number one, something that you didn't expect, something that just happened, and you're part of it. It's a great feeling, and I'm blessed to be there, but it's such a great honor to be in that number. But there's a lot of great names in there, too. So we all got to wait, and I guess we all got to hold our breath to see what really happens.
Doug, Jayden is one thing to focus on with the quarterback and the Commanders, but the whole team, the way Dan Quinn has this thing going, the decisions that ownership, the new group made this offseason in the last couple of years to change the direction that the entire franchise goes in. Can you speak to just what you have observed, whether it be in the building, on the field, the entire atmosphere surrounding this organization? Because now all eyes are on this team in a really, really wonderful way.
Well, let me say this. I say number one would be Mr. Harris, Josh Harris, what he's done coming here and take over this franchise. Number two was bringing in Adam Peters as a general manager, and number 3 is Dan Quinn. You're talking about a team. These 3 guys has worked wonders since I've been here, since training camp, man. This whole building as a whole has changed tremendously. It's almost fun to come to work every day. You want to get up and make sure you're there. You don't want to miss anything. Just going to team meeting in itself, and you watch the guys, how they all is engaged and the way they work. It's just one of those things that everybody see that we got something good going here, and we got some good people in here. I'm talking about from a player standpoint. The locker room is such a great locker room at this time, and the coaching staff that Dan put together, I think is second to none. I think that's what makes the difference.
Doug, thank you so much. It's, again, an honor for you to be here with us. We appreciate you. Super Bowl 22
Thank you,
champion,
Doug.
Super Bowl MVP. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right, hey, Akbar, don't let them throw eggs at you tonight with that number on.
I'll throw the football right at him. I'll throw it right at him.
All right.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks,
Happy
Doug.
Halloween, Doug. That's awesome.
Thank you.
There's Akbar coming in. What'd you think, Akbar?
Man, that was cool. You guys got me on that one. I was like, wait, hold on, wait, what? Where'd he come from?